So I'm going to call you Kris Rodriguez, better known as K-Rizz, right?
That's it.
Okay.
It's Riz.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you
I
so
love
much.
how people can meet these days.
I know, right? It's super fun, but I love it.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend who I went to junior high with, and one of her closest friends is one of my closest friends, and she tagged me in a post that you wrote because you talked about don't wait. So
Yeah.
that's how we've come together. So thanks for being here.
I love that. Thank you. And I love the synchronicity and just how these things align and bring people together with similar, mental states and stuff like that. And I just love it. It's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Let's talk about your music career. Let's talk about, how you got started. I know that your mom is a big part of that. We'll definitely get to her, but were you a kid who always was tapping on stuff and singing along and doing all the things?
It's funny. I never, like, my family was not so I'm in Nashville, and so many people that I'm around, it's like they grew up around these musical families and all this. And it's not like my immediate family was super musical. My grandmother, she always sang, like I remember she always would sing and like make up these songs while she would put us to sleep.
Yes.
Beautiful voice. And my uncle, a great drummer, and my cousins would play guitar. I never really thought that I never really, as a younger kid, had this huge thing and thought I was, that into music. I always loved music, but
well,
as far
that's
as
a much more musical family than what I have.
yeah,
than what I have. So
funny. I never no, it wasn't kind of like that until I got into high school. Once I got into high school, I really got into music. And I really wanted to do it. Now I wanted to be a rapper at that time. That was my thing. Light 'em Up Music was like my first rap group that I started up with some buddies of mine. And that's kind of how my musical career started, was to be a rapper. And I remember telling my grandma, she said, "Mijo, what do you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "Grandma, I'm going to be a rapper."
What'd you think of that?
She told me, she says, "Mijo, you're going to be the best rapper there is." And that was my grandma, just the lady she was. It was like, no matter what you did, you could not make this woman proud. She'd always tell us as grandkids, "You're perfect, Mijo."
That's a good start. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, I stick with that. I remember him being in a class one day and somebody, I think it was my football coach, said, like, nobody's perfect. And I remember raising my hand and saying, well, my grandma would have to disagree with you on that one. Keep going, coach. But no, so yeah, that was kind of where everything started for me. Was more kind of in high school, and then we've continued, and kind of crazy how fast time goes, because I just had my 10-year reunion not too long ago, maybe even a year or so ago, and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, wait till you have like your 30th and your 35th.
I know.
That's something. That is something.
Yeah.
When you decided that you wanted to do rap, where did you live? Where in the country did you live when you decided you wanted to do rap?
So I'm born and raised in Reno, Nevada. And
were there a lot of rappers in Reno, Nevada?
I mean, we all wanted to be rappers when I was
yeah,
like around in my area, like that was the thing, man. I thought I was going to get signed to Lil Wayne when I was like 15, 16 years old. I was going to be part of Young Money. It was happening.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's kind of funny how that all, I don't even know really. That was my influence. It was my brother listened to a lot of Jay-Z and, Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent and Ja Rule and all these things. And so that was, it's what my older brother listened to, and it got passed down to me. And so that was kind of my original inspiration, which is funny. And then of course my parents, what they listened to, and Journey and all that stuff. But
yeah,
you want to do what's cool and what your older brothers are listening to, and kind of find that sound. And so, that's what I did. And I remember, my first studio was made out of closet doors that my brother took off of mine in his closet and put down into the garage. And so we ended up taking the metal coat hangers, and unraveling them to make like a metal wire, and screwed a little screw in the ceiling, and then wrapped part of the wire down to that, and then the other wire down to like the rollers on the doors. So it was like a free hanging wall. And we put the 3 and then 1 this way, and so that was my first music studio, was at a closet, doors hanging from the ceiling in the garage underneath my sister's bedroom, which, you know, eventually my dad had to build me a soundproof studio because she couldn't sleep at night. You know, it was like,
You were
I got
keeping
in there.
musician hours.
Yeah, my first PA system was really just surround sound speakers I stole from the living room, you know, and was using Audacity to record, which is like a free software, and a GarageBand microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And
From your
that
Mac.
was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And it was like, all right, we're rappers now. We're making
That's one of
music.
the things I love about technology now.
Yeah.
So I used to have a studio for this show, which I still do, but
Yeah.
ever since COVID, I just hopped right back onto Zoom. And I like this because I can talk to anyone anywhere. And we do
Yeah.
have the technology to do that there, but this is just kind of my little set. And I have my Yeti mic, and you can really do anything these days to
Right.
create art or conversation or
Yeah.
send out a message. It's
Yeah.
just completely different than it ever was even just a few years ago.
Absolutely. It makes it so powerful for an artist. You know, you can really hit a wide audience. How we met, you know, you can
Mhm.
connect with people and make these connections, and really, for whatever this, you know, video does for other people, hopefully it connects and inspires, you know, somebody else to continuously do what they're wanting to do, to find other people that they inspire. And I think that's what this whole thing is about, is it's about inspiring other people through your journey. You know, that's what we're all here to do, is really, we're all students of life. We're all
Mhm.
here to teach each other. We're all teachers and students at the same time, right?
Exactly.
And that's like the beauty of what I want to embody within my music, and with just within my personal life. You know, I'm not here to say I know it all or I'm the best at this, because, you know, I'm always wanting to learn. And that was why I moved out here to Nashville. It's like I was doing music since I was in high school, passing out mixtapes, you know, called
Mhm.
In Lab Part 1.
Yeah.
And I remember that feeling of people going to lunch and actually hearing people listen to my CD that I was making. I was like, wow,
Really cool.
you guys actually listen to this. And you know, we're always our biggest skeptics. I still, to this day, I have, you know, total doubt sometimes on my own personal, like, you know, on my vocals and this and that. And but I just reached a point where it was like, you know what? I'm really ready to do this. If I want to like really make this a career, I got to give this a full go. And it's really kind of crazy how that happened, because I was at a point in my life where I felt like everything was falling apart, mentally, physically, emotionally. I was just not in a good place. And I had to reach a rock bottom that I didn't even know I was at a rock bottom until, you know, I stepped away from it.
I think
And
that's very true. Sometimes we don't know that until we're not in it, in the thick of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was so interesting how much we can go through in life without, and how much we put on ourselves, and without even realizing how toxic it is,
Yeah.
until we can step away and say, oh my God, like, even if it's a job that you were doing and all the workload that you were putting on yourself and you thought that was normal, you know,
Right.
and then you step away and you get something else, and you don't think in that moment that there is another way, that
Mhm.
there's, well, this, I have to do this because I have to pay my bills and this is the only way I'm going to make it happen. And then you finally, through time and just things, I think, aligning and you kind of getting out of that comfort zone or whatever it could be, like, there is another way. There's always a way. You
There's
know, you
always
just,
a way. And, you know, I think you talked about some of the people in your life, your grandmother, your father, the people, your brothers.
yeah,
You talk about your mom too. I read some beautiful things you've written about her.
yeah.
I want to take a break. When we come back, we're going to play your song in the second segment called No
Perfect.
Limits, right? No Limits, no
Yeah,
limit.
no limit.
Yeah, no limit. And we'll talk about your mom. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Kris, we talked about the people in your life who've influenced you and had an impact.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your mom specifically.
DJ Mama Riz.
Yeah, let's talk about her.
That's my rock, you know. That's man, we've been through so much together, me and her. Who gets to have their mom DJ sold out shows?
Not
I mean,
many. Not
she
many.
has been such a big supporter. She plays my music. We opened up a store together. We worked together. Um, you know, in Reno, we opened up Vibes Up Healthy Happy Shop, and so we worked together every day, you know, and ran that company. And she would be the biggest one that's like, son, you need to do this music. And she was the kind of the one that pushed me out of that shop in a sense to say, I'm okay. I got this. You know, I'll work the shop every single day. I'll work 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, whatever I have to do for you to be able to go do this music. You have a gift. And I've seen it with my own eyes when I've seen people, what happens when you perform, and I'm not going to let that slip. And it's like, she gave up her life essentially with having us kids, you know, to her dream. She was a beautiful actress and she's so talented and creative on her own, and, you know, had 5 kids, you know, and within the midst of that, we lost my sister to a brain tumor when she was 5 and I was 4 years old. And so I grew up, you know, when I was 4 and my sister was 5 passing away. It's like, I think it's why I became such open to feelings and my emotions, because I grew up kind of in a broken home in a sense. You know, they were going through all of that turmoil while trying to raise baby. And she was going through all this, but still, she's always supported me and made me feel so much love. And
it's just still trying to love on you other kids, right? Just
it's like still has these other kids to take care of while she's dealing with this deal, you know? And so I don't really like remember too many vivid memories from that, but I think the energy and the emotion of what I was raised around is what sticks to me. And so, you know, my sister Ashley is always in my heart, always in my spirit. I talk to her every single day, you know, with my grandma and God. And I like to just keep my angels around me, you know, and know that they're there, and know that there's a higher power and spirits that are working with me. And because it kind of takes away the ego a little bit, I think it helps with, there's more to this than just me.
Right.
Back to my mom. You know, we work together. So we're like best friends. It's like every day we were together, and she kind of got me out. But I mean, she's been to all these reggae festivals and shows with sleeping in tents, you know. I mean, seriously, I remember one of the last things we did at called Backyard when there was a shutdown. We were doing Can't Stop the Music backyard shows, and I got to meet some amazing artists doing that, and there was like private shows being put on. And here's my mom, you know, sleeping in a tent on the ground. We thought we were going to get a hotel room that night, but we didn't do it. We stayed too late. And she's like, well, I got the tent. And I got a cool little Chevy G20 series van. That's like my tour van. It's just Betty G, the G-Wagon, where dreams come true. Me and mom were ride out to that like we're on tour, you know, go to California. And she's done a couple tour little stops with me. And she rides along the whole way, and we have a great time.
Well, that's the stuff that us moms know our kids remember. I just have one child, but I do try to, even still, he's grown, 23, almost 24 years old. I told him around sophomore year of college that from here on, how much time we spend together is entirely up to you, because I'm always going to say yes. So we can start to transition into friends. I'm still your mom. I'm going to be your mom at any age. Here for you in whatever way you need. But I want to be the person invited to your backyard barbecues. So absolutely. I want you to like me. So I'm going to try and tell you what to do less, but I'm still here if you need advice. So it's working out pretty good for us so far.
I love that. It's important to have that friendship. I think you learn a little bit, you know, because like you said, there has to be that transition from you know, but a healthy balance and healthy transition.
Well, there's a transition at every age. You know, at one age, I'm protecting from light sockets. Next age, I'm crossing the street. You know,
next
15,
from girlfriends.
All of the stuff.
I know
I'm always his mother. Just got to figure out at what age, what does that look like? What does that mean? So tell us real quick. We want to go and we want to play this song. So in 20 seconds, tell me about this song, No Limit. We'll play it for the audience.
Was basically just a reminder. It's a little message that my mom would tell me. It's like, there's no limit to the light that you bring. There's no limit to the vision you see. There's no limit to the places you can go. There's no limit just as long as you believe. So if you believe in yourself, there's no limits to what you can achieve in this world. If you believe in yourself and know that anything's possible, if you just put your mind, your heart into it, that's what this song's a reminder of.
Can you see me? Come here, Ash. Yeah, I can see. Come here, Ash. Sorry about that. Come here. This is my little brother Christopher and my family. They are that little pretty Ash. She's named Ash. My mom. Get in there with Mom. Here's Christopher and Joshua. Wave, boys. Can you wave? Hi, Kris.
The This one's for you, Mom. It ain't always easy. This life can be hard. Yeah. But I'ma keep on going for it. I'ma take it on. Yeah. I don't know how far I'll make it, but I know it's time. Yeah. And if I end up falling short, at least I know I tried. I got the fire in me. Time to let it out while I sing. Yeah. Hit my dance while I'm in the crowd. Have fun, spread love is what it's all about. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make it exactly what I need to be. On the stage with the microphone, I told my ma, just wait, you'll see. And she said, there's no limit to the light that you bring. There's no limit to the vision you see. Yeah, there's no limit to the places you can go. There's no limit just as long as you believe. There's no limit to the light that you bring. There's no limit to the vision you see. There's no limit to the places you can go. There's no limit just as long as you believe. It ain't always easy. This life can be hard. But I'ma keep on going for it. I'ma take it on, yeah. I don't know how far I'll make it, but I know it's time. And if I end up falling short, at least I know I tried. Yeah, I got the fire in me. Time to let it out while I sing. Hit my dance while I'm in the crowd. Have fun, spread love is what it's all about. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make it exactly what I need to be. On the stage with the microphone, I tell my ma, just wait, you'll see. She said, there's no limit to the light that you bring. There's no limit to the vision you see. There's no limit to the places you can go. There's no limit just as long as you believe. There's no limit to the light that you bring. There's no limit to the vision you see. There's no limit to the places you can go. There's no limit just as long as you believe. Yeah.
Your mom must be so proud of you in that song and that you're hearing the messages she's trying to teach you.
Yeah, we love that one. It's always special to perform that one, you know, when she's in there too. It's awesome. But yeah, she's proud, man. And if you go into that store, I'm sure you'll know that. If you ever meet her, you'll know that she has a K-Rizz wall in the store. I'm like, Mom,
that's great.
Children too. And she's like, I know I do, but no, we have a special connection. We really do. It's really neat. And,
we have a couple minutes left. I want to real quick talk about what's next for you. We just have literally like 3 minutes. And then I want to make sure we talk about your Make 'em Smile Foundation. So first of all, what's next for you?
Right now I'm working on my debut album. I have Troy Laquetta. He's been drumming with Tesla for 36 years. He's my manager, executive producer. We have David Brainerd co-producing, a wonderful team around me. And we're just getting ready to put out some good music, and we got a great team. And so debut album. And so that's musical right now. There's no timeline on that. I don't want to deadline it. I want to allow these things to happen organically and let them really get the fullest potential as a sound and embodiment of work, especially for the first time, because you only get one first impression.
Right.
So yeah, that's really what's next for music. And then for me, beyond that, we have my Make 'em Smile Foundation. I started that when I was 21. And basically it's all about dedicated to putting a smile on people's faces, you know, how a simple act of kindness can change someone's life. So I started a toy drive called the Make 'Em Smile Toy Drive 8 years ago. And it was basically a way for me to be able to use what I love to do to give back to the people in my community that need, you know, help. And so we've been going for 8 years. We've done a great job. We served lots of, you know, women and children's centers, domestic violence resource centers, teenage homeless centers with gifts for toys. And we've doubled every year. And I get to put local entertainment and local companies sponsoring raffles and really just build this community around an event. I want it to be a fun nonprofit event, you know, that's a full-on event with great music and times and family that we can all see the power of giving. And that's like what I love about Christmas. It's a reminder that it's not just about the present, you know, it's not about the gift, it's about the idea, it's about the spirit of giving. Even if they don't know who gave that gift to them.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. You know, it's just like, you know, doing something for somebody you don't know or setting, you know, they have out here. It's funny. They got these, where you get the shopping carts, you put a quarter in to get the cart, which it wasn't like,
right.
And like, so it's just like, this is kind of funny analogy, but it's just like leaving a quarter in a cart, you
for
know,
the next
for
person.
The next person.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how I like to live my life. I think that's a huge thing that we need to focus on in this world, is to help each other, even if without an expected return, just because that's what we should do as people. Is we're here to help each other. My grandma always told me, you know, a lot of us are about one paycheck away from being right there on the streets. One bad decision or one, you know, just something goes wrong in our life.
Yeah.
So I try my best not to judge. We're all human. But this is just my favorite time of year that I get to step back into Make 'Em Smile mode. And so the foundation is Make 'Em Smile Foundation. And right now it's just been a toy drive. But man, I'm so happy because I'm building up a team right now. Everything's coming together this year, which is cool. But I'm building up a team right now. And with the name, it's so broad. I can get into, you know, as my sister passing with cancer, I'd love to, you know, maybe do some entertainment and events for children with illnesses, and help out homeless communities and stuff like that. And it's like, it's Make 'Em Smile. We can do it in so
endless.
many ways. It's endless, you know, and that's just what I want the spirit of. It's like wherever we can help, however we can put a smile on people's faces around us, that's what I want to do. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do the music. And I'm just going to continue to do what I love and do what I feels right. And, you know, hope for the best and just enjoy the journey. Right.
Exactly.